What's going on YouTube? Johnny here. Welcome back to another video. I hope that you've all been doing well and that you had a great couple of weeks. I just wanted to apologize for the delay since my recent upload. I know it's been some time, and to be honest, I've just been so busy at work that I haven't had much time to just upload videos or create videos. And to be honest, like I said, I apologize for that. The biggest thing that I want to focus on going forward is being consistent here on this channel, whether that's uploading once every week or once every 2 weeks. And it's a learning curve for me with work, and it's being our busy season now, and trying to balance YouTube videos. Like I said, it's a learning curve, and YouTube is something that I would love to do going forward and really just be my number one priority. So as I said, it's a learning curve with me as I get adjusted to having to balance, the work life versus the YouTube. And I know I'm not even doing YouTube full time or anything like that, but as I said, just having a consistent schedule for you all is the number one priority for me, because as I said, YouTube for me going forward is the ideal play of what I want to do. I love creating videos. I love the idea of coming up with cool ideas for videos. So like I said, bear with me on the adjustment here. So I do apologize for the delay, but back here for another video. Thank you guys for sticking around and for waiting around and having patience with me. I really appreciate it. But with that being said, I hope you all had a great 4th of July, that you're enjoying the weekend with friends, family. Hopefully it's nice weather where you are. It's actually storming pretty big over here. But yeah, as I said, just thank you guys so much for all of your support. And again, I will work on being consistent and really trying to balance out the work and YouTube. Because yeah, you just learn as you go. And I think that's life is, you just kind of learn as you go along with new experiences and things that you aren't familiar with. So I know I'm kind of going in circles here, but just again, thank you guys so much for all of your support. It's greatly appreciated, and let's get into the video. Alrighty, everybody, for tonight's dinner, we are making Greek chicken kebabs, and right now we are just prepping the marinade for the chicken. So we have our white wine vinegar right here, olive oil, lemon juice, oregano, pepper, garlic powder. If you don't feel like mincing the garlic manually or by hand, recommend the powder because that's the easier option. And we have our salt. So the Greek yogurt right here, like I said, we're just gonna combine everything. It doesn't matter what order because it's all going to get mixed around anyway. And the pepper you can just do not too much, but however, if you prefer a lot of pepper, go ahead and add it in. I'm just kind of eyeballing it for now. And our salt pepper has recently been on his last couple of days here, even with the batteries. I think it's just all the salt that's gotten in. Oh, now it wants to work. But we'll just do this safely. And I think that's good. As I said, you can just kind of mix everything around. Don't want to send all of this flying, so I'm going kind of slowly. Just until all the main clumps of the yogurt are incorporated. Just keep stirring and stirring and stirring. But hopefully you guys are having a nice 4th of July weekend, enjoying time with the family. Hopefully it's good weather wherever you are. And lastly, enjoying some great food. Alrighty, we're using red onion, and since we're making a skewer or kebabs, I'm gonna cut this in half. And then, as I said, since we're putting them on kebabs or skewers, you don't want the chunks or the piece of the onion to be too small, because you want it to be big enough so that way it doesn't just fall off the skewer when it comes time to grilling them. So we'll set this aside into this little bowl. Alrighty, and for this part, we're using boneless chicken breasts. So what you want to do, you just want to trim up your pieces a little bit. Getting the excess fat off of them. Alright, looks good to me. So we'll cut this in half. And then same thing with the onions, we're going to do for the chicken. So, I mean, you don't want your pieces too big, but you also don't want them too small. That way, they stay on the skewer properly. And I'm doing similar size pieces, well, as similar as I can get, so that way the cooking time is around the same time for each skewer. Alright, now with this one, we're going to take the chicken and load it into the bag, because this is the bag that we're going to put our sauce, the marinade sauce, in there, and let the chicken really absorb as much flavor as possible. Alright, the bag's good to go with the chicken. See you guys in the next bit. Alright guys, so now we're going to add the onions into the bag. And, you know, whatever you like, whatever kebab ingredients that you like, you can add in. I'm not a big fan of pepper, so that's why we're not using it. I'm going to give this a nice stir, so that way it's nice and incorporated before we dump it into the bag. Dump that in. Try not to make a mess. Probably should have kept that spatula, but that's all right. Use my finger. My hands are clean. Right. So now, I'm gonna keep the bag upright, zip it up, or close it up, not zip it. There's no zipper on it. And then we'll just massage the chicken and the ingredients, just really incorporate that into the sauce and the marinade. And I'll try to get a little more air out of that. There we go. Make sure it's evenly covered. Okay, that side. All right, that looks good to me. And we're putting our bag of chicken in a tray because we're going to stick this in the fridge. And just in case, for all you health people out there and safety scores, we don't want any raw chicken dripping anywhere in the fridge. So we'll stick this in the fridge, let that sit for a little bit, and then I'll see you guys in the next bit. All right, guys, we got the paper on the bottom. About to load in the charcoal. Just go around and get that paper lit. Yeah, we're good to go. And then in a little bit, we'll let that get nice and hot. Once all the charcoals turn white, we'll flip them out. All right, guys, so we dumped it out of the chimney into these charcoal baskets. We added a couple more charcoal in there to make sure that it was nice and hot. Just gonna add this back on. Boom. Well, guys, I thought I had the GoPro recording. I did 2 skewers, but it was not. So as I was saying in the first 2 skewers that I thought I was recording, with these skewers, I'm just going to go chicken, onion, chicken, onion, chicken, onion. And I know for the most part, a lot of these kebabs usually have peppers on them. So don't laugh that it's kind of a basic one. I'm just not a big fan of peppers. But I promise it will still taste good. Just no peppers. So as I'm doing here, as I said, I'll just rotate chicken, onion, chicken, onion. Sometimes I'll double up on the onion. It just kind of depends on what I pull out of the bag and how big of the onion piece that I get is. So let's see. Well, here are 2 onions right here. So I just pull those out. But yeah, let me know down in the comments how you guys are enjoying your weekend, your holiday weekend. Let me know what kind of food you're having. Hopefully you're having a great time with some friends, family. Hopefully it's great weather where you are. It actually started thundering a bit outside, so hoping the rain can hold off for a little bit. And it doesn't have to be chicken, onion, chicken, onion. I'm just trying to make it like that. And again, it's whatever you prefer. I think I might be unlimited options for onions here, so it just might be chicken, chicken, chicken. So, well, it looks like we'll go ahead and do that then. Oh, here's a piece. Even though it's a little one, it still counts, right? You know, it still counts. And we'll just top it off with an onion. All right, guys, so we got the skewers. I did forget to mention in the last bit, we actually ended up marinating the chicken probably for about an hour to an hour and a half, I want to say. So with these, I'm just gonna, even though it's not all touching, I'm just gonna let it rest because we don't want the wood burning or anything like that. So spread that out, that out, that out. That should be enough room for them. And with these metal ones, since they can go on, I'll put them a little further away. Well, guys, change of plans because the storm clouds are rolling in quicker than we thought, and it's starting to rain. Ended up taking the chicken off the skewers. We wanted to do the skewers, but they were not cooking fast enough. Especially the ones on the wooden skewers, since we had to leave it up, they weren't directly touching the grill itself, so those bigger pieces were not cooking properly. So we took those off first, and then we just decided to take all of them off, just to, you know, be consistent with it and yeah, have like a universal cook time on the chicken. I don't know if the angle is good enough for it, but yeah, those clouds are rolling in, rain's coming down, but we'll get the job done. All right, guys, so we got our couscous, water's boiling. I'm gonna dump that in. Try not to make a mess. Stir it in. Let that stir in. Cut the heat. Remove away from the heat as well. And then we will cover that up and let that sit. And that'll be good to go in a little bit. Yeah, come on. All right, guys, we're scooping it up. It's a two-man job right here because the thunder is popping and getting closer, so. All right, guys, we're also gonna be making a tzatziki sauce. So we have our Greek yogurt right here. And then with the cucumber, we skinned it and then seeded it as well. Well, at least I thought I did. Hidden guys right there. Get them out of there. All right, so what we're gonna do, I started one, but we're just gonna grate it. And if you've ever scratched or cut your knuckles or fingertips on a grater, it reminds me of the feeling as when we were kids with the razor scooters hitting your ankle. It's equivalent. It's one of those where you got to be very careful because it hurts. Just get that last little bit in there. Making his little cameo appearance. He's got to supervise, make sure I'm doing it correctly. All right, so now that that's done, what we'll do is we'll just roll it up in the towel, and I promise this towel is clean. She's got some wear and tear. And then what you do is you literally just squeeze all of the cucumber juice out as much as possible. You know, put some muscle into it. You don't have to be gentle on this one. Alrighty, so we got the Greek yogurt, cucumber. So we're just gonna stir this around a little bit, get that nice and incorporated. And for the supplementary ingredients, we have dill. We didn't have fresh dill, so we just got it in the little bottle. We have garlic powder. Again, you can use the actual garlic clove itself and mince that if you wanted to manually, but we have garlic powder, black pepper, salt, the upper half, which wasn't working, even though we have batteries in there. We have lemon juice and olive oil. So we'll just add a little bit of that in. That should be good. I don't want to add too much. And some garlic powder. Should be good. I'll just do a couple of pinches of salt. Good. Pepper, and again, you can use coarse pepper, but we're using ground pepper, just so it's not, you know, crunchy when you take a bite. Again, lemon juice. There we go. Don't want that too lemony. And then we have the olive oil right here, which we'll just add a little bit like that. And you can always add more in. I've made a mistake a couple of times of having a little heavy hand in the beginning, and whether it's too much salt or too much garlic, you'll taste it. So it's always better to be a little on the safer side when initially adding in. You can always do as many taste tests as you'd like. Well, let's do a taste test, see how it came out. Yeah, all right. Actually, spot on. I might add a little splash of lemon juice, actually. I like that. Not too lemony, but I do like the hint. Couldn't really taste it in that. But I'll mix that around, and yep, we just steamed the broccoli as well. So you'll see that in a little bit. But yeah, see you in the next bit. All right, guys, as I said, here's the broccoli, nice and steamed. Added some butter into that. That's a key part right there. I definitely recommend adding butter and some salt, of course, into the broccoli. Not too much though, because you want to. It's a vegetable, so you don't want to cancel out the healthy portion of it. But right here is the what used to be kebabs, or the skewered chicken, and then want to fluff our couscous up a bit. We haven't touched it since we poured it into the boiling water. As you said, you just stir it around, make sure it gets incorporated, and then you just take it off the heat and let it sit, and it will do its thing. And then you just, as I said, fluff it up a bit. Like that pillow at night, you just fluff it up, and that's good to go. All right, guys, and before we dig in, you know the golden rule, the phone eats first. The final product. We did lose a couple of onions due to taking the chicken off the skewers, but that's all right. Let's dig in. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, tuning in, and supporting me in this channel. I truly appreciate any and all of your support. And as I discussed in the intro, YouTube is what I would love to do full-time in the long term. I know it's not something that you achieve overnight. And as I discussed, it's a learning curve of balancing out work life and creating YouTube videos. So I will continue to learn and adapt going forward. And the biggest thing that I want to focus on is consistency, because I think that's the best thing for you all, being a consistent content creator for you as the supporters. And really, I will do what I can to make this dream of being a YouTuber as likely as possible. So, you know, I know I'm going in circles, but seriously, thank you guys so much for your patience and all of your support. And as I said, I will continue to learn going forward and adapt. Because YouTube is what I would love to do. I love coming up with fun ideas, creating videos, editing the videos. So yeah, as I said, I'll continue to learn going forward. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a great upcoming week, and you guys take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.